Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to discuss about the SIP and SWP, how this combination will work. Okay, starting from SIP, SIPs are systematic investment plan where you'll be investing a particular amount on a monthly, quarterly basis or once in a 15 days as well. Okay, and you can do a SIPs in ETFs, stocks, mutual fund, etc. Okay, so I'll take you through the Grow platform. So in the growth platform, I'll be selecting a SIP calculator. So let's assume that I'll consider as a monthly investment of 15,100. Okay. And over the long period as we are planning for, so let's assume that the rate of return is 15%. Okay. And the time period we are selected is 20 year. So I'll tell you the reason as well. So time period we are selected 20 year and invested amount total over the period of 20 years total is 36 lakh 24,000. Okay. And the estimated return over the period of 20 years is 1 crore 66 lakh 63,000 over the period of 20 years. Okay. The total corpus including the invested amount is 2 crore 2 lakh 87,000. So instead of 20 year, so if you make this into 10 year, so you can see the difference. The return will be only 21 lakh 20,000. The total corpus is 39 lakh 92,000. Right. So just with the like 10 more year, if you're continuing the SIPs, you can see the difference from 39 lakhs to sudden jump to 2 crore 2 lakh. Right. That's the power of compounding if you're holding for the long term. Okay. And however, in the previous video, I had explained about the ETF versus mutual fund, what is the advantage and disadvantage, which one to choose. I had explained in detail. So I'll place a link in the description. I would highly recommend to go through that. Okay. The next one would be SWP. So before I talk about the SWP, I would like to highlight that like most of my viewers have not been subscribed to my channel. I request you to subscribe my channel so that will motivates me to create more content on the personal finance. Okay. Coming back to the topic, SWP. So SWP are systematic withdrawal plan. Okay. For example, I'll take you through the SWP calculator. In the this is the SWP calculator from the clear tax. Okay. So let's assume that you had continued the SIP for 20 years. You had done the SIP for 15,000 over the period of 20 years with the rate of return of 15%. And as I mentioned in the SIP calculator, the total corpus what you are going to receive is 2 crore 2 lakh. Okay. So let's assume that you had stopped that SIP and you are planning for the retirement. Okay. So in that case, you can stop that SIP and you can activate the SWP in the same mutual fund. Okay. You can activate the SWP. So once you activate the SWP, so there will be a total investment amount. So that you will be accumulating already with the SIP. So let's consider as a 2 crore what you have done it. Okay. So considering the same example, 2 crore you had accumulated through the SIP. Okay. And considering the inflation, everything and the expense which differs from person to person. However, let's assume that the monthly withdrawal you'll be taking into 2 lakh a month. Okay. So I had mentioned withdrawal per month is 2 lakh. Okay. And expected return over the period of let's assume that 20 or 30 year. Let's like we can put a like a return of 13%. That's the average return. So we can mention it as a 13%. And tenure let's select as a 30 years. Okay. So you'll be withdrawing it 2 lakh a month over the period of 30 years with the total amount of 2 crore. Okay. And with the total in for 30 years, you'll be withdrawing total 7 crore 20 lakhs close to. Okay. By withdrawing 7 crore 20 lakhs, in the right hand side, you can see that still you left with a 4 crore 6 lakh 15,000. You might wonder like how come like I had invested 2 crore, I'd already withdrawn 7 crore 20 lakhs, but still I left with 4 crore. I'll tell you the maths how it works here. Like from the amount of 2 crore, you'll be withdrawing it 2 lakh a month, right? Every month you'll be withdrawing 2 lakh. So for example, on the January you had withdrawn 2 lakh, till you're left with 1 crore 98 lakh. Again, next month you'll be withdrawing another 2 lakh. Then you left with 1 crore 96 lakh. Correct? So every month you'll be withdrawing 2 lakh, and whatever the leftover amount, that amount will be compounded over the period of time. because here we are not withdrawing it entire amount at once, right? So we'll be withdrawing it systematically on a monthly basis, so that whatever the leftover amount from the invested amount, that will be compounded over the period of time. That's how the total return and the final value will be, you'll be getting that. Okay. And while choosing the SWP fund, I would recommend you to choose the hybrid funds, because we can't take that risk into the like highly concentrated like small cap fund or a mid cap fund. So the advantage of going with the hybrid fund is that will be combination of total equity and the debt. So that will be on a like equity plus debt with a combination which is called as a hybrid fund, so that the risk will be limited. So return will be within 12 to 13% over the period of time, but it will be a less risky. So instead of going with the small cap or a mid cap, I would suggest you to go with the hybrid fund. So that will be less riskier than the other funds. Okay, so I hope it's clear. So that's all it for today. Thank you so much for watching the video. And if you have any doubt, please put a comment. I'm happy to reply on the same. And I'll see you soon with the new video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.